Hey bitches, it's me, Adore Femme. Fashion. What is it? It's a lot of things, but unfortunately, what it is atrocious for a lot of you hoes. But fret not, me and Hussy are here to educate you a little bit on what not to do. We have compiled a top 10 list on fashion don'ts.
Hey everybody.
We have compiled a top 10 list of sins against fashion just for you. Oh my god.
Oh my god.
So, Hussy, what is your general opinion on the state of fashion in SL right now?
Diabolical.
Well said. I would have said atrocious. So we've each compiled 5 things that we hate in fashion, and we are going to give you our top 10 list. Let's begin with mine. My number 1 is badly mixed materials. Okay, the kind of person that I'm talking about is let's say Sally that goes to Muddy's Music Cafe, and she thought it'd be such a gag to wear, thigh-high latex boots, a satin top, and denim shorts. I need you to genuinely, guys, please, I'm genuinely begging you to reevaluate your life choices, because that is an actual crime worth of a life sentence in prison. I will advocate for you to go to jail if you wear anything like that. I need you to, when you go to 50 London Friday or the Saturday sale, maybe don't wear everything that you've bought that day and just throw it on together. I need you to ask yourself, do these materials go together? Look at a fashion magazine. Ask yourself, does this match? Do the colors actually make sense? Do these materials clash? Listen, I am trying my hardest to be as nice as humanly possible, but girl, please go to prison.
Alright, now let's talk about my first faux pas, and that's badly rigged items. Because no matter how pretty the design is, bad rigging ruins the whole look once it's on you. If it's not rigged correctly, what are we doing? It just removes you out of the fantasy. What do you think, Adore?
Things first, I want to thank you, Hussy, for wearing an example, for the kids so they can be educated visually. So thank you for providing a visual example.
You're welcome.
Girl, anyway, let's move on to my second sin, which is mixed jewelry. Okay, so I know that it's really exciting when some of you bitches get your tax refund and you're like, oh my god, I'm gonna go accessorizing. Perfect, love it, we love to see it. But if you're gonna wear jewelry, which we love, iconic, jewelry can really, finish an outfit, can really complete it. Please, I am begging you, make sure the colors match, once again. So if you have, let's say, a big fucking thick ass silver necklace and you have hoop earrings that are gold, girl, you're gonna make me uninstall Second Life. You really are, because I really need you to get your shit together. You cannot have mismatch. You just can't have a bronze bracelet with gold earrings and a silver necklace. It is so horrible to look at. If it is mismatched for whatever reason, make sure that you know what you're doing. Fashion is art, like all things. So there are a few guidelines, but nothing is really set in stone. Unless you know what you're doing, I'm begging you, do not harass my vision. Do not make me wish I couldn't see your outfit. Bitch, I will de-render you if you have mixed jewelry. I'm sorry, I just can't.
No, I get it. Honestly, mixing metals can work when done intentionally, but random silver, gold, and rose gold everywhere can make the styling feel very unpolished and uncoordinated. So accessories should really feel like they belong in the same story. Not to say that you can't mix metals in a design, because I've seen it done successfully. Just read the room. All right, let's move on to my second one, and that would be clipping and levitating of the clothes or attachments. Now, let's say clipping can make the outfit look very unfinished, and it's just unfortunate that if my wig is clipping into my scalp, it's a problem. Or if, let's say, my top is clipping into my breast, and then I see my nipple levitating off of my top, it's a problem too. So let's not sit here and not allow us to walk around fashion disasters.
Okay, so my third sin is full opacity lipstick. Okay, I need you to understand something. Just because you can doesn't mean that you should. Repeat after me. The only time you should ever be doing full opacity lipstick is if you're doing a certain style that requires it. Say that you have a very bold lipstick that needs to be in your face. You're doing like a very artistic look, maybe it's futuristic. You could do like a pop art look, you can do maybe a drag look. So those I understand. But even then, you could very easily benefit from like, instead of having it be at 100%, just dial it down to 90. The only time I'm willing to forgive this sin is if you're, for example, doing black lipstick, because a lot of the time, black lipsticks don't look black if you lower the opacity, so I fully understand. If you're doing black lipstick, you're forgiven. If you're doing any other color, bitch, lower the opacity.
Right. No, I get it. Lipstick at full opacity can start looking painted or very heavy, like you were mentioning, especially in this SL lighting. A softer blend usually just looks more natural and lets the skin details come through. But you know, I do love me a bold lip, but if we're doing bold everything, I think we need to reevaluate. Okay, so let's move on to my third issue at hand, and it's visible alpha glitches. Let's say an alpha glitch when you purchase your item and it's not properly alphaed out with the alpha that is given in your folder. It's very distracting because why am I wearing a low cut bottom and then you see my midsection completely missing? It should be alphaed out correctly. I know it's something that can be done, but come on. I've seen way many of designers come out here and flawlessly execute alphaing. So let's keep it cute and let's wrangle it in and let's not look a mess.
Alright, so this next one is one that I can actually relate to from time to time, and that is mismatching hair bases. So, like, having the wrong hair base color for your hair. I'm colorblind, for those of you that do not know. I think that most people don't know that about me, but yes, I'm colorblind. I believe that I have deuteranopia, and for example, a lot of shades or colors blend together for me. So, for example, brown and red, silver and pink, blue and purple. Essentially, things like that are kind of close together. Like, there tends to be less nuance for me. From time to time, I will need to ask a friend for help, like, oh, hey, like, is this dress red or like whatever. I've learned how to survive with my condition, you know? But even if you take colorblindness out of the equation, like, there's no way that some of you will have a black hair base and like a blue wig. Like, tell me in what universe does that make sense? Because to me, it just screams laziness. And if you're gonna be like that level of lazy, baby girl, just wear a default avatar. Just be a flexi girl, own it, you know, don't apologize for it, just be tacky and trashy, you know, keep it cute. Like, there's no need for you to be so lazy to the point where, like, you can't even be bothered to match your hair color because, again, bitch, I'm colorblind and, like, I find a way, so...
So my number 4 is unrigged or floating jewelry. I appreciate the detail that goes into a lot of jewelry that I wear. But I mainly get jewelry that's rigged because I'm a lazy ass bitch, and I'm sure a lot of other bitches out here in these streets don't want to sit there and just resize and sit there for hours trying to get the perfect fit on their neck, on their necklace or earrings. The earrings are easier for sure, but necklace, when you start moving, that necklace starts jiggling and jangling around. It's just the jewelry should enhance the outfit, not hover around the avatar. Honestly, if the necklace, earrings, bracelets are floating, it just breaks the illusion of a polished look.
So, my 5th and final commandment is flexi hair. Now, I need you bitches to listen to me before getting mad, because I promise by the end of my explanation, you will understand what I mean. Do I think all flexi hair is bad? Absolutely not. I own a few flexis myself. I don't wear them too often, but the ones that I do like and have are usually ponytails, or like, you know, those hairstyles that have like a few flexi wisps, like kind of like moving a little bit. I think it adds volume and movement to your hair, especially when you're dancing or your avatar is moving or walking. I think that's really, really cute. And I've also seen some full-blown flexi look nice, but the reality is though that I think that certain creators definitely find flexi to be a shortcut. So they'll be like, oh, I don't need to put as much effort into making this because it's flexi. It's meant to look like more 2D or whatever. So flexi is really hard to get right because of how it's structured, and it does require a lot of care and talent. Honestly though, there are creators out there that make really good flexi. For example, Angelic being one of them. There's definitely more creators out there that make good, decent flexi. But honestly, bitch, let's be honest, let's be so for real. There is a lot of bad flexi out there that like really does serve spaghetti eleganza. I'm sorry, bitch, but it does, especially if you wear flexi in any other color that isn't black. My biggest gripe with some flexi is also that it leaves you with like a big ass bald spot on the back of your head, or it's like too thin or too deep, or the textures are too flat. But honestly though, as I was saying, if it's a ponytail, if it's a wisp, absolutely it can look adorable. I think also like a lot of flexi looks good in photos, but I think that it falls flat sometimes like in world. But I've definitely seen flexi that is full-blown flexi, like from top to bottom, that does look good, and there are definitely a lot of talented creators out there that know how to make it. The major problem with flexi though is finding good flexi, so that is my gripe with it. So if you do want to buy and wear flexi, like, please make sure that you buy it from a creator that knows what they're doing, because otherwise you're just going to be serving spaghetti realness on your head. And that's what we want to avoid.
A flexi hair, like you said, it can look good in certain hairstyles. It just feels disjointed from the scalp to the pieces that are flexi. But what I'm actually starting to see with this flexi wave is the creators who do flexi hair are starting to transition into solid pieces with mixing with a bit of flexi. So I am starting to see a sort of a transition in that area. So I'm glad to actually see that. No shade to the ones who wear flexis, but some hairs just don't do it for me. I do own a few hairs that are flexi, but I'm having to wear hats, and like you said, they look great for pictures, but that's about it. And it's just so disconnected and disjointed from the root to the flexi piece, depending on the style. All right, let's move on to my last and fifth faux pas, and that's too much shine or PBR. A little shine can make an outfit look very luxe. Like, for example, like a latex, it needs it, but too much just makes it look plastic, oily, or overly reflective. Instead of expensive, it just starts looking like a disco ball, picking up everything and everyone on the reflection of the surface of that piece.
Bring out our fashionably challenged individual. So thanks to my Patreon money, I was able to hire Bianca Del Rio to make an appearance in this video. So thank you so much for coming, Bianca. I'm gonna get sued. But the fashionably challenged individual is here to show us everything that's wrong with today's society and fashion. And as you can see, she is wearing an Adore La Femme hoodie. She is wearing merch that is unreleased as of right now, maybe in the future. But yeah, basically we tried to get her to wear every single sin that is on this list on her body and just make the most atrocious look possible. So yeah, thank you for making this happen.